Good morning. Craig Howard here. Happy to be with you again this morning. Um, I read a story that was sort of disturbing. A lot of businesses around our area, a lot of businesses across the country were literally saved from disaster by the payroll protection plan. Whether you agree or disagree with that plan, it made a lot of difference in a lot of people being able to continue to work where otherwise they would have been laid off or businesses would have been closed. But anytime there's a good thing, there are people that will find a way to abuse it. And I read a story about one man who uh, said he ran three businesses and employed 70 people and applied for, I think it was something like $15 million for his businesses that he said he had. He received something like $13 million. And I think this was down in the Miami, Florida area, I think. But it was in a larger city where banks around here, you couldn't get away with it because the banks know everybody. And because the money was run through the banks, you couldn't get away with it. But in a larger city, nobody knew who he was. Anyhow, he got this money and he bought jewelry. He even bought a Lamborghini, a blue Lamborghini. Trips to clubs, trips, all over the place. Finally, he was caught, and I think, there's the article that I said at the time, the article that I read, at the time the article was written, he was in trial. They had him arrested and he was going to trial, but I don't know what his status is at the moment. I haven't heard anything recent, but it just goes to show you how sin can be pleasurable for a while. I mean, for a while he was living high on the hog. I mean, he was driving around in a brand new blue Lamborghini. He was going to all these swanky clubs and new clothes and I don't know what all. Just spending money like it was going out of style. And he was having a lot of fun and probably thought he was the smartest man in the world, that he had duped the government into giving him millions of dollars, and that he was never going to get caught and everything was going to be great. The Bible has something to say about the temporary pleasures of sin. And there's actually a lot of verses about it, but in James chapter 1, it begins, actually, if we begin in verse 13, it says, "When tempted, no one should say, 'God is tempting me.' For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone." Now here's where it starts. "But each one is tempted when by his own evil desire he is dragged away and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death." Greed, selfishness, desire for personal pleasure, things like that, seems like a good idea at the beginning. I'm having fun with this. I'm having a good time. But the truth is, that's not a permanent situation. It's temporary. And will lead to your downfall. It will lead to misery. It will lead to heartache. And it's something that, normally I try to keep our morning devotionals kind of upbeat. But I think this is so important today, because there are so many things that are tempting. There is so much temptation in our world. There are so many things that are tempting good people to get involved in them, good godly people to get involved in them, and the next thing we know, we hear about a brother or sister who has fallen, and we're shocked. It starts out very simply. It starts out with the idea when people say, get the idea that they are the most important, that they are when they just start focusing on self instead of seeing anybody else that should matter in their lives, and certainly when seeing how God should matter in their lives. So I want you to think about that this morning. I want you to think about how easily it is to fall into the trap of sin, how easy it is to think nobody's going to be hurt by this, or I'm smart enough to pull it off, when probably you're not. None of us are. Anyway, have a great day. Lord willing, I will see you on Monday. This is Friday, isn't it? I'll catch you later. Bye.